What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Orange Crush Pod. I'm your host JMX and my other host Trav, man. And today we got some more draft content for you guys. Today we will be going over the tight ends. I'm not gonna lie, this is a deep tight end. This is probably one of the deepest like tight end drafts that I've seen in a while. Where I wouldn't be mind like I wouldn't mind 6 or 7 guys in this draft. To be honest with you, like for tight ends, that's crazy. Usually it's about maybe 3 to 4 tight ends in each draft. That's like can come in day one and have an immediate impact on the team. But I mean, this draft is just loaded, bro, and it's like that with every other skill position. But I'm not gonna lie, you can get a tight end in round 3, and he can be your franchise tight end for years, man.
I agree. I think there's 6, 7 guys that you can get, and that could be from early to later, and all those guys could be a hit.
Yeah. And before we start, I got a couple things. One, Trav, man, how you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, bro. And you?
I'm doing good, man. I don't know if y'all can see I got on my LSU shirt. Before we get the episode, I just want to say rest in peace to Kyren Lacy, man. It's tough, man. It's just a real tragedy. Prayers go out to him and his family, man. He was getting ready to get drafted, and you know, I think they said it, that he killed himself. For everyone watching, man, it's just, always make sure you check on your loved ones, and um if you are struggling, just make sure you reach out to your loved ones, man, and get you some help. But always check on your friends and your family, man, because you never know what people are really going through. It's just a tragedy, man, all around for Kyron. As an LSU fan, it's just tough, bro. Like he was 6, 7 months ago, bro. He's supposed to be late first round pick, second round pick. You know what I'm saying? One of the best receivers in college football. And, we got here, bro. And it's tough, man. Prayers to his family.
I agree. Prayers for Kyron's family, and like JMX said, you couldn't have said it better. If you're going through something, tell somebody, speak to somebody, even if it's just somebody over the internet. You're never alone. So
Facts, man. Yeah, man. So we're not gonna have Tyler Warner on our list. So we're just gonna go ahead and talk about him, before we give, the 5 that actually are gonna probably most likely be there at 20 for Denver. Tyler Warren, I mean, he's one of the best tight end prospects that we've seen. And I don't even know really how long. Probably since what? Like, who would you say, honestly? What, Gronk, or I don't even know, bro. I wouldn't even say Gronk. Like
it's hard to
him as a
say
prospect.
because he's a complete tight end. Like, I mean, we had Brock Bowers as a prospect,
Yeah,
but
Brock. Yeah. Yeah, nah, he's complete, bro. Blocking. I mean, at the combine, he ranked first amongst tight ends in pretty much everything: production score, athleticism score, total score. I mean, he won the John Mackey Award winner as the nation's top tight end. I mean, he's just been an absolute dog at Penn State, bro. And one thing I will say for my pro comp for him, I mean, it's Jeremy Shockey, and I know that's what everybody kind of has. And I mean, it's everything, bro. Like, if you go back and look at Jeremy Shockey when he was with the Saints, like I think that was the year they won the Super Bowl, like around that era, and like even when Jeremy Shockey went to the Giants, bro, this is just Tyler Warren could be exactly that. I mean, he's the Joker. Like, if you want to talk about like how you use him, you can line him out wide, you can line him up in the tight end. He can pretty much do, like you said, he's just complete, bro. He can block, he can run routes, he's got speed. I mean, he's got everything, bro. He is literally the type, like, whoever gets him, you're getting your tight end. He's gonna be probably a top 5 tight end in the league for the next like what 10 to 12 years. I mean, he's barring injury, but that man's a dog, bro.
I agree. I mean, looking at what he did at Penn State, like you said, he won the Mackey Award for being the top tight end. He had 104 receptions for 1,200 yards, 8 touchdowns. He ran for 218 yards, 4 running touchdowns, and 26 carries, and completed 3 of 6 passes for 35 yards. He also played center. He's just an all-around guy that is, in my opinion, a complete tight end that could be possibly the best joker in the league.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. And the thing is though, like what makes it even crazy is that like he doesn't really have a floor. Like, I feel like his floor is a top 10 tight end in the league. Like, and I'm not gonna lie to you, they've been saying the Jets might take him. I've been seeing him. If he falls out the top 10, the team is probably gonna be the Colts. But I'm really hoping that he doesn't go to like a Cincinnati, which I know they brought back Jaceki, but I'm hoping he doesn't go to like one of those contenderish teams that's right above us. But I think if he does fall to like a certain point, like I think if just say for example he falls past the Colts, I see a scenario where I think Denver would trade up for him, bro. Like I think that would definitely be on the table. Like, but I don't think he's gonna fall past 14. Like, I think that's like the ceiling for him in this draft. I don't think he falls anywhere past that. But I mean, you never know. Like, if he falls outside the top 10, this could be Denver's guy all along. You might see them just shock everybody and trade up and take Tyler Warren. And God, that would be crazy, bro.
Him and Ingram together would be it'd be nice.
Bro, like you would basically like because you can he can be a receiver too. Like so you can use him pretty much in every single way. But yeah, man, we're not gonna put him on the list. He be number one, bro. And I just don't see him. I just don't see a scenario where he does end up in Denver unless Denver's like, bro, we really want this dude. We gonna trade up into the top 10. But yeah. Going on to another honorable mention, Gunnar Helm. Tight end out of Texas. I didn't have him on my list. He's probably, I would say, out of the top 7 tight ends, I probably would have him ranked as the worst one. But that's not bad though. He's still gonna go probably, my opinion, like top 5 rounds in the draft. He had a solid year for his senior year at Texas, 60 catches, a little under 800 yards, 7 touchdowns. At the combine, he had a pretty solid combine. He got 4th in production score. His 40 time wasn't the best. I mean, he's a 4.8. I mean, that's pretty solid for a tight end. Um, my comp for him, it was kind of difficult. Um, I kind of saw a little bit of like maybe Jake Ferguson. I would say or I'll say Jake Ferguson, just like a bigger Dawson Knox. That's kind of my comp for him.
I agree with that. I mean, Helm did lead Texas with 60 receptions last season. Second team All SEC. Second team All SEC. He's a capable route runner with solid hands. Has a playmaker ability. Pretty good blocker. Where I see the issue is he's not very strong. Yes, he's going to have to get way stronger for the pros. Like you said about his 40, he ran a 4.8. But that's because he sprained his ankle the first go. I don't know if you remember that. He sprained his ankle. He's my least favorite tight end, in my opinion, but he's solid.
Yeah. Same thing with me. Like I would say out of the 7, like if we were to get him in like the 4th, 5th round, it would just be like, you know, eh, I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? But I just don't know if he's a long-term solution at the position. But I mean, we got Evan Ingram. So like tight end is just kind of, whoever we take at tight end is just really kind of a plus, because we will be running it back with Troutman and Lucas Kroll, who I think are true tight end twos, though. You know what I'm saying? So like I think they are true tight end twos. But say Evan Ingram goes down, you do want to have another backup option that can step up. That's really not Lucas Kroll. But yeah,
I agree.
uh, yeah. I'll start with my number 5, Fitz for the Broncos. Um, I did okay. Look, I would have had him higher, but I kept him at 5. Mason Taylor out of LSU. Look, he is one of my guys. Like I said, he went to LSU. He had a really great combine. And my comp for him right off the bat is Dallas Goddard. He reminds me. I mean, he moves like a young. He's not as big as Dallas Goddard in terms of weight, but the way he moves, the way he goes out of his, and to be honest, he goes out of his breaks a little bit better than Dallas Goddard, if being honest. But I think the way he moves is just, if you go back and watch Dallas Goddard when he was younger before he got really banged up in Philly, this is Mason Taylor, bro. Yeah, I mean, he set the LSU school records for tight ends and receptions and yards. I mean, this year he didn't have a great year on paper. I mean, he had 55 catches, 546 yards. But I mean, we're talking about a tight end in LSU who they weren't really all that good. I mean, they were really throwing to the outside more. The guys like Lacy who had the more productive season over there. But yeah, I mean, I do like Mason Taylor a lot. If we can, I wouldn't be mad if we take him 3rd, 4th round. I would not be mad at this at all. The one weakness I do have for him though, really is just blocking. He could be a little bit of a better blocker. But I mean, look, I'm not mad at this at all. You know how I feel about it. The way how bad our tight end room was last year, bro. I'm not tripping on that, bro. Sean's gonna have guys in there that could block. You know how he runs his packages. He'll put in certain plays where he probably he won't be on the field. But I think for a vertical threat, bro, he would open up this offense a lot more with an Evan Ingram, bro.
All right, I definitely agree. My number 5 is Terrance Ferguson, and honestly, he's probably my favorite fit for Denver. I just feel like there's guys better than him.
Yeah.
Of course, he was a 4-year starter for the Oregon Ducks, played with Bo Nix, set school records for career receptions with 134 and receiving touchdowns 16 by the tight end. He's a fluid athlete who has enough vertical speed to threaten a defense up the seam. He still needs to work on blocking and route running, but there's real upside as a run blocker considering his size and movement. I mean, he's 6'5", 247 pounds. I feel like him and Evan Ingram would be crazy together, and I think that he's a guy that could learn a lot from Evan Ingram. I feel like he has some similar abilities, like stretching the field.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I'm not mad at it at all, man. Uh, the thing is, like, I really do like about Terrance Ferguson, like you said, is his size and the way he can move at his size. Um, and he's a little higher on my list, so I'm gonna get to him in just a little bit. For my number 4, and I think we got him in the same spot. Elijah Arroyo out of Miami. Shout out to him. He's from Frisco, Texas. I mean, he really got his name out there from the Senior Bowl. The routes he was putting on the Senior Bowl and one-on-ones was absolutely crazy. I won't even lie. Like, it was kind of hard for me to come up with a mock with him because he doesn't really like the way he creates space is really like a receiver. And I'm not mad at it, dude. He's 6'5", 250. I'm not mad at it at all. The year he had in Miami, I mean, it was solid for a tight end. With Cam Ward, he had 35. He didn't really get the ball too crazy. He had 35 catches, 590 yards, 7 touchdowns. 600 yards and 7 touchdowns on 35 catches is absolutely insane. That is insane, bro. But the main thing with him is just being able to really stay on the field. Um, he played the most games this year in his college career with Miami for senior year. He played 13 games. The year before that, he played 6 games. The year before that, he played 5. He didn't really see the field too much. But I think if he comes to Denver and he could be kind of that tight end 2 spot, with a really good training staff, he can stay healthy, bro. I feel like the sky's the limit for him, just in my opinion. The only really weakness I kind of have for him is his I don't even really know. I would say like blocking, maybe a little bit. Like he could be a little bit more of a blocker, but I think just kind of like Mason Taylor. He just to me, I think he's a better one-on-one guy than Mason Taylor. That's kind of that's why I have him above him. I think, bro, you line him up wherever you want to. If you run those 2 tight end sets, he's hell for any slot corner, any linebacker because he comes out of his break crazy, and all you gotta do is kind of high point the ball to him. He's 6'5". So I mean, that's kind of why I got him as far as fit for Denver. I don't know if we draft him though. We'll see. But hey, man, I wouldn't be opposed to it at all, bro.
Yeah, I have him at number 4 as well. I think that his size and his athleticism and his sure hands in traffic kind of is a thing that is going to convert to the NFL. You can put him in the flex and he's going to do good. Like you said, it's kind of crazy that a whopping 34.3% of his receptions last season went for at least 20 yards, and he led all FBS tight ends with 9.1 yak per catch. So
Yeah, that's crazy.
he was the best yak tight end in the country. He didn't run at the combine. He is recovering from a knee injury that he had at the Senior Bowl. That's the only thing with me is like I'm not super high on him because he's been pretty injury prone throughout his college career, and that's the only big concern to me is does Denver want to draft a tight end in round 2 that has had multiple injuries and is coming off of an injury right now?
Yeah, I agree. I wouldn't take him in round 2. I think he's more of a day 3, day 4 pick. Definitely day 3 pick. I mean, I wouldn't be mad if they took him in day 3. It just I get why you say that because we just went through the whole Greg Dulcich thing. You know what I'm saying? And that ended pretty badly. But I mean, he really Dulcich was hurt. It's kind of like it is very similar. Um, I just don't know you can get any worse than Greg Dulcich was, bro. Like he really could not see the field, and then you could just tell he lost a lot of his confidence once Lucas Kroll came in and was really giving him a run for his money for his job. But yeah, man, I'm not opposed to taking him in round 3. Round 2,
No,
I don't know about round 2.
no.
I definitely wouldn't take him in the top 50 at 51. Nah, I wouldn't take him at 51. But I mean, if he's there, hey, round 3, and like we low key, and he's one of the best guys available. I'm not opposed to taking him at all. I'm not. I wouldn't be like I wouldn't be overjoyed, but I wouldn't be like, hey man, this is a terrible pick. Like I'll be like, hey man, he can stay healthy, bro. The sky's the limit for him.
I agree.
But yeah, yeah. All right, man. And for our number threes, I think me and you kind of had different ones. I would say for my number 3, I'm going with a guy you talked about earlier, Terrance Ferguson, bro. 6'5", 247, out of Oregon. I mean, look, man, he had a really good Senior Bowl as well. Like if you go back and watch his one-on-one drills, I thought they were really good. And he had a damn good combine, bro. Ran a 4.6, had a nice vertical jump. He was 7th in production score, 2nd in athleticism score, and he was 6th in 77. So I mean, he had a damn good combine, bro. His projection is round 3. I'm not mad at that at all. Like I said, we take him in Arroyo round 3. I'm not tripping. But going on to his year he had at Oregon, he obviously played with Bo Nix. The year he played with Bo Nix, the last year he had 42 catches, 414 yards, 6 touchdowns. Kind of the same thing, really almost the same production. He had more yards, less touchdowns this past year. He had 591 and 3 touchdowns. But I think the one thing that kind of sticks out for me is he's kind of on the little bit more complete side of things. He's not the greatest route runner, but for a tight end, he can move for a tight end, bro. Like I like how he comes out his releases. And he's not slow. I think that's one thing. He's not slow. He's definitely got really good ball skills. He's got good body control. And yeah, I mean, look, for a run blocker, I don't think he's that bad for a run blocker. I think working with Zach Street, he can definitely get better. But that's kind of where his blocking is his best, is with the run. So like, you don't have to constantly rotate him out the lineup too. And I mean, like I said, I mean, he's more complete than I think the last 2 guys. And I think he can be just as good as a vertical threat. I don't think he can be as good as a vertical threat as a Mason Taylor, but I think the blocking upside is why I kind of got him at 3. And just the chemistry with Bo Nix. You want to get guys, look, if we take him in the 3rd round, I don't think it's bad at all. Like the chemistry with Bo Nix is key. Like we saw him and Troy kind of struggle with that connection type, in the league. But I think over time, man, it'll work. And I think tight ends are definitely easier to build that chemistry with. And, I think regardless, and like, say you get him, I don't think he'll ever be the tight end 1 in Denver. But I wouldn't be surprised if he could be. And I think, he's just a good weapon you could add, a good piece you could add, especially in the 3rd, 4th round if he's there, man. Like, I feel like he's definitely one of those picks where it's like low risk, high reward type thing. So I'm really high on Terrance Ferguson, man.
Yeah, I am too. Like I said, I think as a player and as somebody that has chemistry, I would probably put him above a lot of these guys. But I just feel like these guys may be more talented prospects right now. But
Yeah, I don't blame you.
in round 3, give me Terrance Ferguson all day, and I think that's going to be the realistic thing. But at my number 3, I have Mason Taylor. Mason Taylor's 6'5", 246 pounds. He's the son of a first. He's the son of a first ballot Hall of Famer, Jason Taylor, and the nephew of linebacker Zach Thomas. Which is crazy to think about that George Payton had a hand in the Miami Dolphins drafting defensive end Jason Taylor, Mason Taylor's dad. So when we look at that, there is a bit of history there between the Taylor family and GP. And of course, he rewrote the tight end record book in Baton Rouge, becoming the first to surpass 100 receptions and 1,000 receiving yards in a career. He finished with 129 receptions for 1308 yards, so 1,308 yards in 3 seasons. Taylor is a prototypical size, reliable hands. He converted 70% of his receptions in 2024 for a first down. So he's a guy that's guaranteed to get you a first down. And being a 3-star, he's a fluid route runner who excels against zone coverage. He still needs to work on his run blocking, which may be something that he does work on because he's a big guy with physical strength. I think that Mason Taylor is going to be a pro level tight end for sure.
Yeah, man. I'm not opposed to him at all, bro. Any of these guys, but I low key wanted to put Mason Taylor over Arroyo, but I'm finding where I got him. I think that you can go either or there. But yeah, I think me and you may have the same one and two. But yeah, man, let's definitely get into number two. Um, and this is just fits for the Broncos in general. Like I do think the guy I'm going to talk about might be a better prospect than number one. But I think it's up in the air to be honest with you. Uh, Harold Fannin Jr., bro. I mean, he's an absolute dog. Like this is a dude that I wanted, and I know a lot of people been down on him because he didn't have the best combine, and he didn't run the fastest 40 or whatever, and his blocking didn't look great. But that never really was his skill set. You know what I'm saying? That Bowling Green was, he's not the most athletic guy, but he's unique. He's a guy that he knows how to get open. He has very good in game speed. I will give him that. I mean, he just like the year he just had was absolutely ridiculous, bro. I don't think we've seen like we haven't seen the tight end have the type of year he had at Bowling Green this year. I mean, just look at the numbers, bro. Like 117 catches, 1,555 yards, 10 touchdowns. He averaged 13.3 yards a catch, and not to mention all the records he now holds in college football. Um, just he's had 10 FBS records, single season receiving yards by a tight end, single season receptions, single season receiving yards per game. He averaged 120 yards a game. Receptions per game by a tight end, receiving yards in a bowl game. He had 213 versus Arkansas State. Receptions by a tight. I mean, you can go on and on with him, bro. He just, I'm not gonna lie to you, like his combine wasn't as bad as what people made it seem. I think people saw the blocking, and I think people saw he ran a 4.7, and was like, "Oh man, dog, I'm not taking Harold Fannin. You are absolutely insane. 6'3", 240. He runs routes like a wide receiver. He's literally like a bigger wide receiver at tight end. I know people comparing him to Jawan Johnson. I think that is a downright disrespectful comparison, in my opinion. Um, the only thing I will say that I would just his weaknesses is blocks. I would say blocks, and that's pretty much it. I think he can be one of the best vertical threats, bro. He goes to the right fit. If he goes with a top 10, top 12 quarterback, bro, you can really turn him into something special. The only thing I would say for tight end, he's not really a, a um a guy you can, he's not 6'4", 6'5", where you can just, throw him a whatever, but he's still 6'3", bro. Like, and he's really good at the high point. Um, and it's the yak, bro. That's really it's the in-game speed. When he gets the ball in his hands, bro, it's really hard to bring this guy down, dog. And that's really what it is. He's just a really good vertical threat at Bowling Green. He was unstoppable, bro. My pro comp for him, I don't know. Like I have a few guys, but I kind of want to hear your pro comp first. But yeah,
Uh,
man, give me your
yeah.
thoughts about Harold. Yeah,
I think Harold Fannin is, exactly what you summed it up to be. I mean, he won MAC Player of the Year, and he set single season records for receiving and receptions. And it's coming from a guy that was a 0-star recruit. He was the first tight end in FBS history to be selected Player of the Year in any conference. He is a bit undersized and he struggles against physical press coverage, but his hands are automatic. If you throw the ball his way, he's catching it. Um,
hmm
he's a hassle to bring down once he has possession of the football. And I mean, you've seen last season he was literally uncoverable last season. If there's a space on the field, he's finding the space. Um,
exactly, man.
and there wasn't a defender. He's finding that hole and he's making the play, and that's what I like about him. And people want to bring up that like, oh, he played at Bowling Green. He didn't play competition. He did play Penn State. He had 11 receptions for 137 yards and a touchdown, and then he went the next week and played Texas A&M and
And dogged them.
145 yards and a touchdown. 2 weeks later. So it's like
Yeah, it's
we've
ridiculous.
seen it. Who would I comp him to? Smaller Noah Fant, maybe. I mean, without blocking, I would say is who I would comp him to.
Yeah, for me, I had Noah Fant, but it's kind of hard because usually, I mean, he is the bare minimum height I will say for a tight end, 6'3". But like I will say you brought up like against physical guys, but that's the thing about the league though. The one thing about the league is like wherever it really depends on where you line them up. Like if you run them on a traditional tight end, like bro, or say you like he's a guy you can line up in the slot. I mean, I would say my comp for him would be maybe I like Jonnu Smith, but I like younger. He like when Jonnu Smith was with the Titans, he was really good, and I feel like that's kind of the comp for me for him is Jonnu Smith. Jonnu Smith is 6'3". He's 248. I think that's the comp for him, but I think he can be better than Jonnu Smith because I think like we saw last year Jonnu Smith with the ball in his hands, yards at the catch when Mike McDaniel started giving the ball in the screen game and let him go. I think Harold Fannin can be that, but better. I think he can be a better Jonnu Smith. And I mean, a lot of people are high on Jonnu, man, but I definitely think this dude could be better.
I
For
agree.
sure, for sure. I think hands wise, he's got Jonnu beat. And I think Jonnu's strong suit is the yards after catch. I think Harold Fannin can be better than that. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, you put him with this offense, you can put with Sean Payton, like he like to run these screens. Hey man, give him the ball and let him work with it. I mean, you like to run these short plays where you get the ball in the guy's hands quick and they got to make a play upfield. He's a guy that can do it because he's not the one advantage he does have. He's not 6'6". He's not one of the bigger guys, so he has a little bit more ability. That's why I say in-game speed. Like he's hard to bring down, bro, and he doesn't really have an injury problem,
I
which is
agree.
really good. So like that's one thing. And when you have a guy that's he's from Canton, I feel like that should scream something right there. He's from Canton, Ohio. But yeah, man, I mean the year he had, I'm surprised he's not higher on people's list. I saw some people even saying that like, you know what I'm saying, that he's not even in their top 5 tight ends. And I'm like, bro, I feel like that's extremely disrespectful. I don't care if that man ran a 4.7, bro. Like, I'm chilling. I don't care about that. Like, you don't have to run a 4.5, and you know what I'm saying? Like, and just because you're not a great blocker doesn't mean you can't develop to be one if you get put in the right system, and B that like you can't be used in the. I mean, like he can still be used as the vertical threat, and I think in this offense, kind of what we've seen from last year, we need more of those tight ends because Sean is gonna run sets where he has guys in that can block.
Yeah,
Usually, he never really ran play. I mean, he would have Kroll and stuff in for blocking, but a lot of times Matt Parrott came in as a swing tackle. You know what I'm saying? You and tight ends are such a focal point. You would want them to be more of a receiving threat, and I think Harold Fannin will fit perfectly, man.
I agree.
But yeah, going on to our number one, the boy out of Michigan, who everybody really at first had him mocked to Denver, and after we brought in Evan Ingram, shout out to him. Everybody kind of calmed down on the Colston Loveland to Denver hype. I don't think it's 100% out of the possibility, out the realm of possibility. I don't see us taking them in the first round anymore unless they are just and plus I haven't really seen anything too much any more hype about Loveland to Denver. But I still think as far as fit goes, bro, this dude's pro con number one. Sam Laporta / Jimmy Graham. I think he's an underrated receiver. I think it's so underrated, bro. He didn't really get the ball that much in Michigan. But bro, if you watch this dude's tape, like for when he did get the ball, he had 56 catches, 582 yards, 5 touchdowns. And this is in a run first offense. Go back and watch the tape. Go watch him run his routes in the middle of the field. He's very underrated with yards. Like just yak underrated. He's an underrated route runner. Go watch the tape against Washington.
I
Go watch the tape when they
I
played.
agree.
I think it was Bama. Bro, this dude is an absolute. He's so underrated. People just think he's just a really great blocker. No, he is the complete. Bro, he's the real deal, bro. He's insane.
I agree 100%. I would comp him to Brock Bowers, and I know
Oh,
that
that's
that may
crazy.
that may be an unpopular opinion. But when we look when we
I
look
gave him Laporta.
when we look at Loveland, he has outstanding catch radius, ability to line up anywhere on the field, inside, outside. And he's going to be a problem for defensive coordinators in the pros. I mean, he's an elite route runner. He could probably run routes as good as some of the top receivers in this class, which is
Yeah, no,
crazy.
he's nasty, bro.
For a tight end, he's a threat on all 3 levels. And I mean, if we look at last year's class with Brock Bowers, I believe that Loveland would have been tight end 2 in that class. And his effectiveness and his willing to block, he creates a soft edge for running backs.
Yeah.
I think Colston Loveland. I know we hype up Tyler Warren. I think if you put Colston Loveland in a pass first offense, He could have been the best
he
tight end
might
in
go
the
for a
country.
thousand.
He could have been the best tight end in the country last year
Yeah, no,
if he had a team, a
yeah,
quarterback and stuff. So
yeah. Like I 100% think that I 100% think that, bro. And it really, he's 6'6", 245, bro. He can be an 1,000-yard tight end in the league, bro. Go with the right system. I'm hoping he don't fall to Kansas City.
oh, if he does, we're in trouble.
It's Travis Kelce 2.0.
Yeah,
If he goes to Kansas City, it might be a wrap. I hope he don't go to Philly either. He don't need to fall anywhere. See, that's the thing. I'm like, I was really thinking too, and I'm like, it's not out the realm that we take him at 20. I would not be mad at all if we take Colston Loveland at 20. I would be like, damn, shit. He not Igbuka as far as what you can get from the upside from the receiver position. But, bro, what you can get, like, him and Ingram would kill.
he's a tight
Like,
end.
Bo
He's a
would have
tight
the
end that you're.
ultimate safety blanket.
Yeah, and he's a tight end you're going to have for 10 to 12 years, like as long as he stays healthy.
Yes, bro.
Yeah, so
100%. Like, yeah, at the combine, he was second in total score behind Warren, third in production. I mean, I said Sam Laporta, bro, because he from the receiving threat, like, and I'm not mad at Brock. I think, but I'm not gonna lie, like he can just do like I don't mind the Brock comparison with him because he's so underrated. Nobody really paid attention to Michigan, because everybody, they had won a natty, JJ and them had left and everything like that. And he just really, if he had a guy like Harold Fannin or Tyler Warren type like production,
I
he
mean,
might be tight end one in this draft.
think about it this way: with a shoulder injury and insufficient QB play, he had 56 receptions for 582 yards and 5 touchdowns, bro. With no QB play and a shoulder injury, like, come on, bro. Like, imagine if he played. Yeah. Imagine if he played for like Penn State or Ohio. Imagine if he played for Ohio State. Like, come on, bro. Like, he would have been crazy.
Oh yeah, nah. Yeah, nah. And look, I'm gonna be honest with you, just so honest with you guys. If y'all watch his film, y'all are gonna agree with me and Trav, bro. Like, this dude was out here running zig routes in the college football playoff, bro. Killing. They tried putting slot corners on him, it wouldn't work. They all I say is go watch the tape to the plays he did make, bro. Receiving wise. He's a guy that can leak out. He can go down the field. He can run routes in the middle of the field. And in the block, he might be the best. Like, okay, do you think he's the best blocking tight end in the draft?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I think he is, like, 1,000%. Like, I think Tyler Warren, I think Warren is the better receiving threat, but I don't think it's by like a crazy margin. Like he's better for sure, but I don't think it's by like up here. I think it's
close.
Around here.
It's close.
Yeah, it's close, bro. Like, yeah, he's criminally underrated. Like, Like, if he was, bro, if Tyler Warren didn't already have his name as big, like, and like, you know what I'm saying, like, and like we say, if the production was the same, Colston Loveland would be he'd be a top 10 pick.
And I think if we don't pick him, bro, I know where he's going, bro. Jim Harbaugh's getting his boy back, man. 1,000%. Yeah, 1,000%. There's no way he makes it past them. No way.
Nah, yeah,
because that's their whole identity is running the football. So they're wanting the best blocking tight end, and yeah, and you get a receiving threat. Justin Herbert to Loveland that'd be crazy.
Yeah, because he's a dog too. He the type to go into the league and like take a crazy leap, bro. Like something that like nobody really seen coming. That's why I'm like, bro, I'm not really upset if we take him. Like, as much as I want Igbuka, as much as I wouldn't mind Travion, like, he's up there with those guys. He's definitely like top 4 for me of guys I want to be.
So you might not agree with me on this. If you can't get Igbuka or Hampton or any of the top guys that are marked for us right now, if they're not there, bro, you go Loveland. I think you can get Henderson in round 2, 1,000%.
Well, I don't know because, bro, like they really juicing his stock right now, bro. Well, they are gassing him up.
I don't know. Get Judkins.
Yeah, but bro, I think Henderson's better for Denver.
I mean, I don't disagree. I think his fit is, it's Alvin Kamara, but I also feel like with him, you kind of have to bank on Audric Estime to be your power
RB2.
Yeah, you got to bank on that. And I don't know if we can. I mean, I hope he does, and I'm rooting for Estime, but we can't really bank on that right now.
Yeah, okay. Look, I'll say this about Estimate. Estimate, he wasn't like. I think he can be that. I think if we're just asking him to be that, like I think you got he's young. Like yeah, he fumbled, but I mean,
He has to take a jump. Like that's it.
and I think he can though, like because I think now he doesn't really have like. I think if you carve out an actual role for him, I think he can be good. Like I think if you tell him going into the year, man, we're gonna use you in short yardage situations, goal line situations. I feel like he fits the mold for that. Now there were games last year where we tried to make him like kind of the every down back, and he couldn't do it. Like you could tell that's not what his role is going to be. I think he's perfect in like the short yardage situations. I think he can be the perfect complement piece to a Travion Henderson. Now, would I want him to be that? I wouldn't mind it. I would love if we got both of them, Judkins and Bro, or took, Henderson and took another back later in the draft, whatever. But I mean, I'm not really mad at the fact of, keeping Estime and having him be that goal line back if they don't want to double up in the draft just for this year, because getting Henderson is going to make the running back room so much better. And I know you saw that tweet Warren Sharp, shout out to him, he put out on that Javonte Williams
Yeah,
that the
Javante
Cowboys
was
new
damn
RB1.
terrible.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, bro. It was
I actually made a
unbelievable.
video. I actually made a video about that on TikTok.
That tape was unbelievable. Like, I mean, I had already seen all of it from the season, but
I mean, think about it. Like number one
God.
in pass block win rate, number one in run block win rate, bro. And when we look at it, it kind of makes sense because Jaleel, when he started getting those reps at the end of the year, like tail to the end of the year,
He was cooking.
He was cooking. I think that Jaleel and Estime both remain on the team, and I think that you get an RB1. It may be Henderson, Judkins, it's Hampton, whoever it is. I still think Sean Payton is going to try to use all three backs. But I think if you have an every down back or you have an RB1 that stands out more than the other two, they're going to get more reps, and that's what we need. We can do the committee backfield thing, but we have to have an RB1 that, like, I feel like if you get Henderson, he's your Alvin Kamara. Like he might have more receiving yards than rushing yards, and I'm cool with that.
Yeah, and here's the thing with that is, I think Sean, I'm telling you, I would not be surprised they take him at 20, bro. I'm not.
I wouldn't be mad at it. Like
I
I know.
said this at first when we had our running back video, and now everybody's kind of warming up to the idea. You can see everybody on Twitter and everybody they're warming up to the idea of him at 20, bro. I feel like I would not be surprised if like he's the pick at 20, because you remember last year, like they never really made a big deal about Bo Nix. It was really like everybody who kind of was like, man, the perfect fit for them is Bo. I'm not gonna lie to you. And then everybody right now, you see they bringing in Judkins, whatever. But like there hasn't been like a crazy thing about the Broncos and Travion Henderson. You feel me? Like we all know they sent scouts to his pro day. We know that they met virtually or whatever the thing was, but they haven't really, established 100% significant interest in him. Kind of like what they did with Bo, how they was like, yeah, I mean, we went to his pro day, but you know what I'm saying? Ain't really none. And then we drafted him at 12, and everybody's like, whoa, the Broncos took Bo Nix at 12. I would not be surprised if this is the same thing with Henderson, bro. It just makes too much sense.
I know I said in the running back episode I'll be pissed, but at the same time, like, I'm cool with whatever we do. Like I told Nate the other day, for me, this is the first time in a long time where we can draft really whatever from start to finish, and I'm not worried. Like, yeah, I think we need to get better at running back, but I think you can get a running back in round 4 that makes your team better. Like, I'm not really I'm not really worried about what we do. Like, whatever we do, there's a reason for it.
I don't know. Okay, wait. So, who's your dream pick? Isn't it Ibuka, or am I tripping?
In round 1, I mean,
like,
dude,
I mean, like, realistic.
I mean, I think Ibuka's the best. Like, I know everybody says Henderson's the best fit. I think Ibuka's the best fit. He's a a good blocker. You can put him anywhere. But I'm really becoming warm to Matt Golden, and a lot of people, aren't really talking about.
I like that.
He just gets open, and his catch radius is elite, bro. Like,
nah, it is.
And his hands, like, I'd be cool going Golden round 1. Judkins round 2, Ferguson round 3. I think you win the draft if you get those first 3 picks like that.
You said who?
Golden round 1, Judkins round 2,
Oh,
and
most
and
definitely.
then Ferguson round 3. You win the draft if
Oh
you
yeah.
draft that well. And I mean, you could take Judkins out, get Henderson in round 2, or
Now look,
you could change it, bro. I mean, think about it. You could go tight end round 2, get Harold Fannin round 2, and then get a Devin Neal or another guy that people were sleeping. Caleb Johnson, bro. People are acting like this guy's a bum, bro. Like
no, he ain't no bum.
if you land him, man, I think that he has that Derrick Henry size, bro. Like he's fucking huge.
I will say, look, I wouldn't be mad if we go with Buka and Henderson, round 1 and round 2, or Colston and Henderson. But I will say this: Mecca, and I've said it before, but Mecca Buka would just be like so beautiful. It would just be perfect, bro. Like, and I love Travion Henderson, and I think like, okay, like what do you think is easier to or harder to find in the league, like a really good wide receiver or a really good running back?
I think it's harder to find an elite receiver.
You think so?
Yeah, because think about it. I mean, in this class, like after I know that there's depth at the receiving position, right? I know this, but the fall off after round 1 for a receiver is a lot deeper than the fall off from running back. Like you can get a running back from round 1 to round 5 and be
Yeah.
keen. I don't think you can get a receiver. I mean, unless you're talking like Efton Chisholm, maybe Tez Johnson if he falls, that you can get later. That's like, oh, that's a good pick. But I think that there's a bigger fall off from receiver from round 1 to round 2 than there is from tight end from round 1 to round 2 and running back from round 1 to round 2.
Yeah, like I agree with you. I think Denver, in their minds, I think the way Sean operates, he thinks his running back is like not just a bigger need, but I think he's like, we got to get this back. Like in that it sucks, but then it doesn't because I'm not mad if we go. I'm gonna tell you right now, I like Hampton. I don't know if Hampton's gonna be there, but if there was a if I me personally had to choose out of Hampton and Henderson at 20, just because of how we run our offense, I would have to go Henderson. I would have to. He is just too much. Like I honestly feel like we could turn him into Camaro, bro. If
I think we
like
could,
crazy.
and I was telling Nate this the other day. If you look at it, if you go back to last year, not this past year, but the year before,
Yeah.
Quinshon Judkins is a higher rated prospect than Amarion Hampton. Quinshon Judkins
Yeah, I agree.
only lost some value because he was splitting reps with Henderson. Quinshon Judkins at Ole Miss was an every down back, and he would have been RB2 in this class. He would have been a first round pick.
Yeah, bro. If he didn't split carries with Henderson, he's first round pick.
And I think that's the only thing that scares me about Henderson is like you kind of seen that like he needs the other guys in the backfield. I think Judkins can be an every down back, and he can do it by himself. That's the only thing that questions me is because I feel like Henderson was better with Judkins. Judkins was good without Henderson. You know what I mean? And I think Henderson was still good, but I think that Henderson worked way better with Judkins. So I think you got to have that 1-2 punch with Henderson. Judkins, not so much.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not mad if we take either one of them. I just know round 1, bro. It's either for me, my top 2, and I'm stamping it would probably be. I'll say top 3 is Loveland, Henderson, or Igbuka. Igbuka's not moving off number 1 for me.
So
You get him, you get him, bro. You like I said, I feel like he can make that jump for this team to where we're talking about like going on damn near a Super Bowl run. You can call me crazy. Like I feel like if you get him, he is that much of a like difference maker for this team, bro.
So I agree. For me, it would probably be Loveland, Ibuka, and Hampton. Yeah, that's probably. But I mean, if you want me to be real, I would rather. This is gonna sound crazy. I would rather take Judkins in the second than draft Hampton, and that's kind of where I'm at a standing point with it for me. And it's like, I think
this man is spitting right now, bro.
I think Hampton's had a better year last year, right? But I think that is all situational. I think if you put Judkins in UNC, he has similar, if not a better season. And
this man is spitting right now, bro. I can't lie. You low key preaching.
And I mean, people don't want to talk about it. I mean, I might take Caleb Johnson in the second before I take like the only way I take running back round one, and this is just my opinion. The only way is if you trade up for Genty. Like I think Hampton's cool, and I think that he is good, but I think that you can get backs that are more valuable later, bro. Like I feel like we're kind of juicing Hampton a little bit. Like
I've always felt that way. Now I don't know about Caleb Johnson. Like I probably would take Hampton over Caleb Johnson.
I mean, I think,
but that's just my opinion.
It just depends, though. I mean, think about it, bro. If you can have Ibuka in round one and Caleb Johnson in round two, you're doing that because Caleb Johnson is a power back. I mean, Hampton showed what he could do, but I don't know, man. Like I'm cool with him. Like if we get him at pick 20, I'm cool with it. But I think Denver goes best player available at 20. Whoever's there,
it needs to be Ibuka or Ibuka or Loveland or Henderson, bro. I'm cool with it. It just, I'm gonna tell you, I really couldn't live with if we passed up on Ibuka. I don't know if I could live with that.
I mean, I understand if they take Hampton over Ibuka because it's the biggest need, but at the same time, though, like
that would hurt.
Who are you?
That would hurt.
Who are you picking at receiver in round? Because you're probably going tight end round 2 because of Fannin, and then that means that you're round 3. You're drafting receiver. What, Jalen Royals? Like, what are the fall off at receiver is crazy. Like people aren't talking about it. Like it's a decline after round 1 for receivers. And
yeah, that would hurt. Hampton over Ibuka would hurt.
And this might be a crazy take too, but if Ibuka's not there, bro, I think I would still take Luther Burden over running back in round 1.
Yeah, bro, I'm not gonna lie, you're spitting right now because I'm the same way. Like I like Hampton, but like he's not a back I'm bringing in to I'm gonna take him over a top 3 receiver, top 4 receiver in the draft. I'm not doing that.
You know where my mindset has changed on the whole running back in round 1? When we look at the last decade of football, how many running backs after their rookie deal stay on the same football team?
And not to mention, it's the type of running back kind of Hampton is, though. Like, we need more of a receiving threat guy. And I'm not saying he's not that, but like we need, I don't know, bro. Like, I'm just not like we need someone like we either need, like you said, an every down back and I just think he's good. I don't like him over Judkins. I don't like him over Henderson. Damn sure not over Genty. Damn sure, and yeah, I would have him 4th for me. Like I would have both of the Ohio State guys and Genty over him, and then he would be my 4th pick.
But I think I understand why people do have him at RB2 because of what he did last year at UNC. But dude, I mean, outside of Genty, and this is just my opinion, bro, we have not seen that many running backs in the last decade that after their rookie deal are on the same team or still playing football. The running back position is an aging position that is, going to be off the field quicker. I think if you go Loveland, you have a guy for 12 years. You go Emeka Ibuka, you have a guy maybe for another decade. Like, that's the thing is I feel like you go with the position that is going to last. I feel like running back, yes, you need that, but you can get that in round 2. And who's to say Denver gets Hampton at 20 and then after his rookie deal he goes to a different team, and then it's like, damn, bro, like we really wasted our pick. Because, I mean, you've seen it with Najee Harris. Najee Harris was a 1,000-yard runner every year, but he didn't get another deal with his team.
Yeah, that's why I like taking a guy who can kind of be that primary receiving back too is kind of key because they last a little bit longer. You know what I'm saying? But I would say Myron Hampton, he is still a really good prospect.
He is good. I mean, I would be happy.
He's damn good.
I'd be happy with any of them, bro. I mean, whatever they do is in round 1 and throughout the draft, I'm trusting the process. So
facts. But yeah, you got any more tight ends?
Don't think so. No.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think I do want to end on one note and just talk about Evan Ingram a little bit. I don't know if you saw the interview he did with was it Benny Fowler over there at DNVR, but it's crazy how that man said I had to watch Bo Nix's tape and that made me come to Denver. That's so crazy.
Yeah,
that is insane.
He hopped up, Bo Nix, and he said Bo Nix was the first person to call him and talk to him, and they went out and ate lunch. And he also talked about how Sean Payton is just a cool guy. He said he's like that uncle that you can talk to about anything. And I like that, and I think Denver's attracted talent. So
Yeah, and the thing was, he was like, "I'm ready to be unleashed in Denver." You know, him and Sean, broke down. And I'm not gonna lie to you, it's just crazy that he saw the Chargers and he saw us. The money wasn't the Chargers did offer him less, which is insane to me because they had way more cap room than us. And it's just crazy, bro. That man chose Denver. He chose Bo Nix over Justin
well,
Herbert.
he did say that as soon as he got released, the first team to call him was us.
He
And
said 30 minutes.
yeah,
He said 30 minutes that he got cut. I was on the phone with Denver.
yeah.
That's insane.
So it shows that we're going in the right direction. And hey, my last take would be: don't be surprised if Denver don't get a tight end in the first 2 rounds. I would not be surprised if they try to trade for Michael Mayer, bro. And I know that's a little bit of a hot take, but he's a good blocker. He's a good blocker, and I think that he could be a piece of the offense. But I don't think you trade a lot, JMX. I think you trade
They're not that.
nothing.
The Raiders not trading with us, bro.
Bro, he's not that big of a threat, though, my boy. If they can get capital, yeah.
I'm telling certain teams just don't trade with each other, bro. It's the Broncos. I don't even know if the Broncos and Raiders have ever traded with each other.
I mean, I agree, but I wouldn't be mad at it if we did it though. But that's the only other thing I could see, or trade maybe. How would you feel if they trade for Kyle Pitts on draft night though? Would you be hype with that? Him and Ingram, that'd be crazy.
Um, I would like it. It just depends on what you really got to give up. If I'm caught in Atlanta, I want Tyler Algier. They say the Broncos have traded a few times. Bro, the last time I think they traded with each other was legit.
Years ago.
Bro, I think it says the most notable trade was Willie Brown in 1967.
Yeah, that ain't happening, bro. That ain't happening.
Bro, I'm telling you, they not trading with each
Hey,
other
but
at all.
Michael Mayer kind of seems like a Sean Payton guy though, like just sort of his play style.
Yeah.
So
But he ain't going.
Only if he didn't play for the Raiders.
Only way he go to Denver is if he literally gets cut. But I will say this. As far as Atlanta goes, Kyle Pitts, I wouldn't mind it. It just depends on, like I said, what you got to give up. Like, would you come off pick 85?
For Kyle Pitts? For sure. Yeah.
You would?
Yeah, for sure. I still think Kyle Pitts has a fucking huge ceiling, bro. I don't even think he's hit his peak yet, bro.
I mean,
I feel like he's been
24. He's 24, yeah.
He's been in a shitty situation, bro. Like,
yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm definitely trading pick 85 for bro.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Like, I feel like I'm not even like thinking twice on
bro.
it.
You heard, bro. Hey, usually I'm like, hell no. When you tell me, are you trading the pick? I'm just like, hell, bro. I say yeah right away. So the upside to me is crazy. Like, I think he could still be a top 5 tight end in the league if he had a good quarterback and a good system. 100%. But dude, he's been playing with fucking Michael Penis and fucking Kirk Cousins. Like, bro, he plays with fucking nobodies, bro.
Well, okay, I will say he was building a good rapport with Michael Penix. He's building a really good rapport with him. Yeah, a really good rapport at the end of the season. So that's why I don't think they'll trade him. But I mean, yeah, I'll take him. I mean, really, outside of because 2021 they still have Matt Ryan, huh?
Yeah, I think they did.
When he first got there.
Yeah. Yep. And I think that was his best year, right? His rookie year.
Yeah, I gotta check that out. Because if that's the case, then that's crazy. It was Matt Ryan.
Yeah, his best
so
year.
The 1 year he had an actual competent QB, bro. This man went for 1,000 yards.
And people say he's a butt, bro. I'm telling you,
in his rookie season.
If he doesn't have a good year,
then go ahead.
If he don't have a good year next year, bro, he's gone. They're trading him.
Yeah. I mean, I think he will, though. He came on really strong at the end of the year with Penix. Like, I think Penix was using him, and I think that's going to save his career in Atlanta. His sophomore year was terrible, though. Lord Jesus.
Yeah, it was.
But, I mean, he got hurt, but, like, bro, the games he did play was bad. But, I mean, I will say this, like, I do think we do make a draft day trade. But I'm trying to think of a player of like players. It's definitely gonna be some low key player that we're not even gonna hit on or even be close to hitting on, bro. I'm gonna just be so real with you. I mean, I could see like a Jermaine Pratt. Like I could see that. Like I remember he requested a trade from the Bengals, like linebacker. We'll trade like a 5th round pick for him or something like that, 6th round pick. Like, I mean, that I'm just thinking about that. I mean, because how old is he actually? Just in case they want to move off of Singleton, he's 28. Yeah, that man requested a trade back in February. So, I mean, we'll see. But I don't know. Like, I think Denver will make a draft day trade. But I think it's gonna be like we saw Troutman. I think they traded like a 5th-round pick for him, and I think John Franklin Myers, and they give up a 6 for bro.
I think they
Something
gave
stupid like
a
that.
late round pick. Yeah,
Yeah, that was I don't know what
I
the
don't
gesture
remember the
was.
exact pick, but I could see. Hey, I could see Tyler Algier though. That could be the draft trade. The
Yeah,
pick.
they traded him for a 6th-round pick
That's
in
crazy.
2026.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's wild. But yeah, hey man, we'll see. Cause I ain't gonna lie, look, all it takes is that team to draft somebody at a position that they don't need. I'm gonna tell you one team that I think that's very interesting in Jacksonville. And what happens if Abdul Carter falls to 5 and they take him? A guy like Josh Allen or Trayvon Walker might be on the board. But I'm just saying stuff like that could be happening. You know, I'm not saying we need edge or anything like that. I'm just saying like that type of stuff could happen during the draft where might get lucky.
Do you
Like we
think
did
if
last year and the Jets traded John Franklin Myers.
Do you think if Jacksonville, and I just thought about this, if Jacksonville drafts a running back mid to like say round 3 to round 6, ETN could be a trade candidate.
No,
You don't think
absolutely
so?
not.
You don't think they trade ETN
I don't want ATN, bro.
as a catching back in a Sean Payton offense?
I don't want ETN, bro.
You were tweaking, JMX.
He fumbled way too much game.
I mean, I don't disagree, but dude,
No.
I think Sean
Look,
could get the best out of him.
bro, no, I wanted him. That brother cough it up badly.
All right, bro, we'll just get his little brother in like the 6th round.
Yeah, I mean he fumbling got to run. I think fumbling might run in the family. But that man. I don't know, bro. Like he had 5 fumbles his rookie year, and he had 1 fumble last year, whatever. I think he had 2 fumbles last year, whatever the case may be. But my thing is, they come at the worst time. Like he cost them a game last year. See, I don't care if it was just one time. And the reason I say I don't care it was one time is because players like that bring that shit to Denver.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
They bring that shit to Denver because I'm telling you, it'll be just our luck. Man, he only had 1 fumble last year. Yeah, costing the game, but it was just 1 fumble.
And then he'll come and fumble 8 times.
And this man come to Denver and he just got the bubble guts. He's fumbling. Just every time that ball get in that left hand, they just punch out.
Well, the thing is like Sean Payton ain't gonna let a guy be on the field if he fumble a lot.
Yeah, I know it's ain't hacking, but bro, like I'm scared. Like that's why I want Aaron Jones. Now Aaron Jones is crazy though. Like that was crazy. Like when I saw how much, I remember someone like, man, he's Melvin Gordon 2.0. I was like, let me go look at that.
He really was. He really was.
That brother got he has 12 fumbles in the last 3 years.
I think we should just draft, bro. I think we should draft running backs, and it's kind of
the thing is they not fumbling.
Facts.
Trayvon Henderson 0%. Quinshawn Judkins is like what 5 or 2, and no, he was like 0.37, and Devin Neal was on that list too. So, bro, go get your running back that hold on to the football, man.
I think we're just gonna draft a running back, and I think we're gonna be good, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I just had to get that. But yeah, I will say, man, Evan Ingram. We started this conversation about Evan Ingram. He's gonna have a really good year with us, bro. I don't know if he'll have 1,000, but he's gonna have a really good year. I think Sean and them, they're gonna use him a lot. He might be our number 1 weapon.
I think he does have 1,000 yards. I mean, I just feel like he opens it up for guys like Court and Marvin Mims. Like they're not gonna know where the attack's coming from, which
is good.
And Court's getting ready to get paid, so it's gonna be nice, bro. Hey, you didn't see that, bro? A report came out that he's close.
I saw that, bro.
He's close to a deal for around 20 mil, baby. Yes, sir, JMX. Yes, sir. The GOAT right there, number big 14. Yes, sir.
That's a damn shame.
Damn, bro. You're going to love it, though, when he catching the end zone touchdowns. You're going to be cheering and shit. I know.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yep.
But, yeah, man, I think that's all for this episode, bro. We don't got no more heated debates for y'all. I think we chilling today. We didn't already say what we had to say about Cortland Sutton. Jesus Christ. They finna give him 20 mil. It's just a massive mistake.
No, bro.
Unless it's for 2 years. Okay, I warmed up to the idea. If it's 2 year 40,
it's a good deal.
I'm
bro.
okay with it.
Hey, he said he's retiring a Bronco, so
Nah,
he
2 year
is.
40. That is that's me being as generous as possible.
Hey, but to be fair though, like he's 30, right?
Huh?
He's 30 years old, right? So I mean, if he get a 2 or 3 year deal, he's retiring a Bronco. He gonna be retired by like 33, 34.
I doubt it, bro.
You don't think
He
so?
retired no 33? No.
You think he gonna play till 40? He ain't no quarterback.
I mean, receivers be playing like they 30. Yeah, you're right. He's 29.
So yeah, I
He'll
mean,
be 30 in October.
I think they give him a 3 year deal, and then
2 year.
he ends his career in Denver. I think he's retiring. He's retiring the Bronco. JMX.
2 year. You give him 2 year 40 and tell him, look, we'll bring you back after that on a cheap deal.
All right, bro. All right.
All right, yeah.
Okay. I mean,
Found some common
at
ground.
least we got him for 2 years.
I'm not even now. When I'm saying this, I don't even want bro for 2 year 40. I don't. But it's all right, I guess. I guess. We
Bro,
just better
you got to bring him back though. Like you got to, bro. He's the last thing. He's the last thing we have of DT left, bro. Like he played his best year, bro. Last year, he's Bo Nix's favorite weapon.
We got to bring back Vaughn.
We need to, but it's not looking like we are though. To be honest,
We might. You never know. They could be waiting after the draft.
Bring him back on a 1 year deal.
Yeah, could be waiting after the draft. You know that they probably want to see who falls to them in the draft if something crazy happens. I wouldn't mind Vaughn.
I'd be cool with that.
We got to get him back.
We got to. I agree.
Yeah, but yeah, man. I think that's gonna do it for this episode. Yeah, it's gonna do it for this episode. Make sure you guys leave a like, comment, hit that sub button for us, man. We almost at 100 subs. We gonna hit that real soon. But yeah, man, that's gonna do it for this episode. I'm your host JMX, my other host Trav. To the next one. Peace out.
Peace out.